Hey, I thought I'd update people on some things. At this point, I am basically done with Orochi 4, at least in terms of guides. Obviously, towards the end of the month, I believe it's going to be on the 29th, is when the second batch of DLC will be coming out. But they haven't really talked about anything else, which is kind of weird because they're supporting Dynasty Warriors 9 up through, like, 2020, apparently. Like, the next season pass is supposed to cover the next several months. It's supposed to go from November to January, and then they're already talking about a third one. So they will have been supporting that game for about a year and a half by the time that third season passes out. But there hasn't been anything, there's been like not a peep from them in terms of post-launch support for Orochi after the season pass. Now, what's kind of concerning to me is that the season pass is basically it's going to be done in a month. Actually, it will have been about 2 months. You have to factor in that the Japanese version was about 2 or 3 weeks earlier than the international versions. So it will have been about 2 months, but that's still way less time than the Dynasty Warriors 9 pass took to come out. I believe that was like 3 to 4 months, if I remember correctly. So I'm still playing it. Obviously, there's been some cool stuff going around with Cheat Engine. I didn't really get around to messing around with that new Cheat Engine table today, but I will try to get around to that soon. Besides that, I just wanted to thank people for supporting my work. I talk about how little I make and how much I struggle with this just mentally and financially in my Discord, and I just got an outpouring of support last night. I wanted to thank people. I'm not really sure what else is going to be happening the rest of this year. Honestly, this month is pretty barren. I will be paying off the final $82 on my PC upgrade bill when my ad revenue comes in about a week. So after that, I will have more money to try new things. I did go ahead and get Gamefly. Most of the stuff I really want, though, is mostly just for my personal use. You know, things that I probably won't cover on the channel, and if I do, it would probably just be like a quick overview or something. Next month is going to be Dragon Mark for Death. I'm going to be doing that for sure. There's not really anything big coming out on the Switch that I care about. Obviously, everyone's crazy for Smash Brothers, but I'm not a Smash player or fan at all. So I will be doing Dragon Mark for Death. That will be my big game in December. I believe on the 11th is when Tales of Vesperia Definitive Edition comes out. Now, I do want the Switch version, but I know the Cheat Engine table for the PC version is going to be such a great boom, like it was for Berseria and Vesperia, not Vesperia, Zestiria before. They all have the same endings. I kind of get them confused sometimes. So I'll probably do like a Switch port review for the Switch version, but I'll probably primarily play the PC version because that one's going to have a lot of really cool stuff, I'm sure. I'll tell you right now, my Berseria, like the runs that I did, the challenge run, all those guides and stuff, I did those with like triple run speed because the traversal speed in that game is just like painfully slow. It's just agonizing to run through those slow fields. And then like the Marty McFly like bootleg hoverboard you got, like it didn't really go much faster either. So I'll probably be commenting on both the Switch version and whatever mods come out for the PC version, because I think that's what most people will be interested in. I don't really have any experience with the PS3 content. Obviously, a lot of my friends like Omega and Swallow and stuff, they all played it like 10 years ago when it was on PS3, but I never got around to it. I just didn't really feel like playing it at that time. I kept feeling that they were going to localize it, but here we are like a decade later and it's actually happening. So I might put out some guides for that content, but I believe all that has been covered already. So that's basically what's going to be happening the next 2 months. I will just be playing random stuff. Closers has been updating pretty often. DFO actually has a jump server event next week. So I'll probably come back and play Secret Agent on there just because you don't have to grind or anything. It's kind of like an actual beat 'em up, that jump server, in terms of the way that the progression is handled and stuff like that. So I'm sorry people want more Orochi content aside from just random gameplay, Cheat Engine updates, and waiting for the DLC. I don't really have anything left to do on it. The game is just, it's frustrating to play the end game because there's just such a small selection of challenging maps, and the ones that are challenging, some of them feel borderline unfair with a lot of the Dynasty Warriors characters because they don't have element activations on barely anything. So I might, I'll probably put together a couple more team videos, but I'm going to be exploring some other options for now. I did get Mega Man 11. I got that with some Patreon funds, and I had like $7 on my my Switch eShop account, so it was like $23. Overall, I'm enjoying it. I'm not really a big classic series fan. I definitely would have preferred if they had made X9 first, because I like the mechanics in the X series much better. But it actually has changed enough things that it is enjoyable to play. So I'll probably get an overview out for that soon. In terms of the channel, my biggest goal right now is to get more Patreon backers. I'm sure if you watch anybody else who's got a moderately sized channel, you're probably tired of hearing that. But I mean, to give you guys full disclosure, I'm getting like $70 from all the Orochi ad revenue next month, which is like basically nothing. So I do need more help there. Luckily, there's not really anything big to afford at the moment. Just to make myself more financially stable, that's something that I'll be working on in the near future. So if you guys have any suggestions for what would entice you or encourage you to back me, go ahead and let me know. Besides that, not much else is going on. And we'll be doing my Californiathon submissions. That ends on the 20th. I plan on submitting Fight and Rage and Assault Spy New Game Plus. I haven't decided if I'm going to do normal or hard mode yet, so I'll probably be doing some content on that throughout the week. Anyway, I just wanted to update you guys. I wanted to thank people for all the support I've gotten. I know I haven't really done any donation drives or anything, but I did get one new $2 backer, and I was pretty grateful for that. I know a lot of people want to help, but they can't. I know that there's a lot of channels right now begging for Patreon backers, and it's an unfortunate reality of running a YouTube channel right now. It's just the ad revenues is shit. You can't really rely on it. Luckily, mine tends to not vary by more than like $10 to $20 a month, so it's not like I can't rely on it. It's just that it's not much to begin with. So I'm gonna go ahead and post my stuff in the description. Like I said, the rest of this month is gonna be pretty low key. I might be doing some backlog things. I will be doing my Californiathon submissions. I'll probably be doing a couple more Orochi team videos. And then I'm going to be trying to prevent burnout, because I don't want to be completely burnt out by the time that the second batch of DLC releases, because I'm already getting there at this point, and I don't want to be so burnt out that people come on here and they expect me to cover the DLC and stuff, and I just don't even feel like playing it anymore. So I do have some new things to work on. I hope you guys will appreciate that content as well, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. If you want to support me, my links are in the description. Peace.